of men. Time in the roll of the ages has much to unfold of the fortunes of women, no less than the fortunes of men.
And so you, Medea, sailing away from your father's home, threading a passage with a heart on fire through the jowls of the Euxine cliffs, now are chased from the realm, shamed and banned.
The joy of a bond is gone, and wide of the world of Hellas, all shame has flown high in the sky and away. Bereft of a fatherly home, where can you sail for a haven against the storm, unfortunate woman? Your bed, royally quelled by another who queens it in your home?
So, this is not the first time I have seen irrevocable damage done by a barbarous rage. You could have stayed here, in this land, in this house, have you submitted quietly to your ruler's plans. Instead, you ranted like a lunatic, so now you are banished. Your tirade does not mean a thing. Go on proclaiming what a monster Jason is. But when it comes to royalty, to the princess and the king, count yourself lucky to only be banished. I have tried continuously to calm things down, for I should like you to remain. But you, madam, obstinate in folly, have continuously reviled our royalty, and so you are banished. Yet, in spite of everything, I come, Medea, patient to the last with someone I am fond of. You and the children need not leave the country penniless and unprovided for. Exile drags it with it a chain of troubles. And hate me though you may, I cannot bring myself to wish you harm.
You criminal! An epithet too good for you, such inhumanity! So you come to me, do you? You byword of aversion, both in heaven and on earth. To me, your own worst enemy. This is not bravery. This is not courage to look a victim in the eyes whom you betrayed, somebody you loved. This is a disease, and the foulest that a man can have. You are shameless. But you have done well to come. I can unload some venom from my heart, and you can smart to hear it. To begin at the beginning, yes, first things first, I saved your life. As every son of Greece who stepped on board the Argo knows, you were forced to plot the seed of death and to sow the seeds. I saved you, lit up life for you when I slew the guardian of the golden fleece, that giant snake which hugged it tirelessly, coil on coil. I deserted my home and my father to come away with you to Iolcus by Mount Pelion, full of zeal and very little sense. King Peleus I killed, a most horrid death perpetrated by his daughters and overturned their home. All of this for you. I even gave you sons, you most reprobate man, only to be discarded for a new bride. Had you been childless, this craving for a new bedmate might have been forgiven, but no, all faith in vows is lost. I am baffled. Do you suppose the gods of old no longer rule? Or is it just that mankind now has different principles? Because your every vow to me, as I'm sure you know, is null and void. Curse this right hand of mine, so often held by yours, and these knees of mine, sullied to no purpose by the grasp of a rotten man. You turned my hopes into lies. So come now, tell me frankly, as if we were two friends, as if you really were prepared to help, and I hope this question makes you feel ashamed. Where do I go from here? Home to my father and my native land, perhaps, both of whom I sacrificed for you. Or to the deprived daughters of Peleus. They would be overjoyed to entertain their father's murderer. Yes, this is how things stand. Even among among my own friends, I am an execrated woman. There was no call for me to hurt them, but now I have a debt feud on my hands, and all for you. What a reward. What a heroine you have made me among the daughters of Hellas. Lucky Medea, having you for such a wonderful husband, and so loyal. I leave this land displaced, expelled, deprived of friends, only my children with me, and alone. What a charming record for the new bridegroom. This, his sons, and the wife who saved him are now wayside beggars. Oh, Zeus, what made you give us clear signs for telling mere glitter from gold? But when we need to know the base metal of a man, no stamp upon his skin for telling counterfeit.
How frightening is resentment, how difficult to cure when lovers hurl past love and one another's hate. I shall have to choose my words with no uncommon skill, it seems. Like a good sailor riding out a storm, if I am to sail close sheeted to you, madam, through your lashing, dangerous tongue. So, you pile up what you did for me into pinnacles of grace. Well, as far as I'm concerned, it was Aphrodite, and no one else in heaven or on earth who saved me on my voyage. Your cleverness played a part, of course, but I could underline, if I wanted to be ungenerous, how it was infatuation, sheer shooting passion that drove you to save my life. I shall not stress the point. After all, your efforts did no harm, but this I shall maintain, that what you gained by saving my life is far more than you gave. First, you have a home here in Hellas instead of some barbarian land. You have known the benefits of laws which have never yielded to might, have had your talents recognized over all of Greece. For had you been living at the world's end, your name would not be known. Oh, to me, houses crammed with gold and a sweeter song than the one Orpheus sang are nothing without a name. But enough discussion of my dangerous voyage, an argument which you provoked. Now to your vindictive challenge of my royal marriage. I will show you first how it was an act of common sense, secondly unselfish, and third a mark of my devotion to you and our family. No, be still. When I came here from the land of Iolcus, frustrations crowding my tail, could I, a wretched fugitive, have come across a greater stroke of luck than marriage to the daughter of a king? It was not, which cuts you to the quick, that I was tired of your attractions and smitten with longing for a new wife. Even less that I was out to multiply my offspring, for I am quite satisfied with the sons that we have. No, it was simply that above all else I wanted us to live in comfort and not to be poor. I know too well how the pauper is avoided by his friends. I wanted our sons to be reared in a manner worthy of my ancestry, and begetting others brothers for our sons, to knit them all together into one close and happy family. What point was there for you to have more children? My aim was, and it seemed at the time of good conscience, to help those that I have through those I hope to have. Was this such a wicked plan? You would not say so except through jealousy. That stinging jealousy of bed. Oh, you women are all the same. If your love life goes all right, then everything is fine. But once crossed in bed, the best and liveliest that life may offer might as well be wormswood. What we men really need is a way of making babies on our own, and no women, please. Then the world would be completely trouble-free. Jason, this speech of yours is plausible, but say what you like. It is not right to sacrifice your wife.
My outlook, then, must be very different from others. To my mind, a hypocrite who is too glib only multiplies the danger it puts him in. The more he glosses falsehood with his tongue, the more confident and rash he grows. He ends up by not being very clever. So toward me, you'd better drop your specious pleading. One simple observation lays this whole thing flat. If you were not a coward, it was your duty to convince me, not go sneaking off to marry.
And I'm sure you would have welcomed the suggestion. Why, even now you can hardly contain your blazing rage.
That was not what governed you. You felt your glory tarnished by an aging Oriental wife.
Please believe me, it was nothing to do with women and my desire to make this match. But as I have already said, to safeguard you and to rear young princes to be brothers for our sons, so to make our family solid.
Solid happiness on the grave of love. Prosperity with a secret sting. Oh, you gods, not for me, ever.
Please, change your prayer and make it reasonable. May success never seem to me a sad failure, nor good fortune ever a disaster.
You go on mocking me. You have a roof and shelter. I am deserted, flying for my life, alone.
You chose it, blame no one else.
Did I? I was the one who wed and betrayed?
No, you just swore a heap of filthy curses upon the king.
Yes, and you shall find that I am the curse that fate has made to haunt you.
There is no point in talking with you anymore. Anything that you or the children want in exile, let me know. I would gladly furnish it, or send letters of suggestion to those abroad who may be kind. To turn this offer down, Medea, is nothing short of madness. Forget your feelings of resentment. Let yourself be helped.
Not your friends, not your things. I would not touch anything of yours. How dare you offer it? The presence of the wicked are pure poison.
Well then, the gods be my witness. All of my attempts to help you and your sons have been thwarted by your preference for evil. Your self-will cuts you off. Suffer then accordingly.
Go then. Go to the fresh young virgin you can't wait for. Have her. And God grant the match you make, you'll long to have unmade.
Love is a dangerous thing. Loving without any limit. Discredit and loss it can bring. But oh, if the gods should visit a love that is modest and right, no God is so exquisite. Great lady, aim not at me your gold and infallibly passion-tipped poison delights.
Stain me with innocent living, most beautiful gift of the gods. Never let Cyprus, the fierce queen of